Everybody, it's Ben in Beta, and today I have a couple of cool things to talk about. One of them is this t-shirt from Devos Outdoor. It is their Carpe Noctem or Seize the Night t-shirt. And let's just take a look at what it looks like on the back. And it's also got some cool graphics on the back. It's super soft. They're pretty cool shirts if you think you want something like that. And yeah, head out to the Devos store and check that out. I do have links for everything we're going to talk about today from Devos, as well as a coupon code, which will help save you some money if you decide to make a purchase from Devos. I do think Devos Outdoors makes one of the best overlanding items available, and that is their LightRanger product. I've had this LightRanger 1200 now for almost a year, and I've used it all of the time. I've used it overlanding several times, but where I use it the most is around the house. I've lit my videos with this. I use it in the garage all the time because I only have one light in the garage and I need more lighting, especially when the garage door is shut if I'm going to be working on anything in the garage. I used it inside the vehicle because it's so dark in that Tacoma, everything's black. So I've used this all over the place and I just find it super useful. So this is the LightRanger 1200. I would highly recommend it. I'll link my review above so you can go check that out. But it is a fantastic light. However, recently, Devos just announced a brand new product, their LightRanger 2000. It comes in this really nice canvas bag, and everything about the LightRanger 2000 is upgraded. This is a light you'll definitely want to take a look at. But the cool part about Devos is they've got a LightRanger 800, a LightRanger 1200, and now a 2000. And that's one thing I love about Devos is, while they're not the cheapest lights in the world, they are full of features and they do have something for just about every budget. But let's take a look at the Devos LightRanger 2000 and what we get. First off, this is an upgraded bag. This bag is a nicer bag than what I have with a 1200. Not that the 1200 bag is bad, but this canvas bag is quite nice. Then inside the bag, you're gonna find a pouch. In that pouch, which has got Velcro on it, which is nice so things don't fall out, you're gonna find some stakes, because this is another upgrade over the 1200. You're also gonna get this USB charger and USB cable to help charge your light. We've got our LightRanger 2000 up here, but I'm gonna talk about that in a second. I do wanna talk about the upgraded tripod. This tripod is definitely easier to use than the one that comes with the 1200. The 1200 is just fine, by the way, but this is easier to use. So you do have some areas to stake it down at the end. That's where those stakes come in handy. Then as far as extending everything else out, this is very simple. This tripod goes up to 10 feet, so even higher than the 1200. Everything's upgraded with the 2000. I told you that, so now we're up to 10 feet. But what I think is cool is these tripod legs can go to multiple angles, and they can be used pretty much immediately in any height of the telescope here. That's also nice because in the 1200, you really have to extend it out all the way to get a nice base. And this also makes it a little bit easier to use on uneven ground, which is great. So I like that upgrade, pretty cool stuff. And then with the light, you can just take it off here at the end if you want by pressing that little button. So this has a much beefier heat sink to try to keep the light cool while it's running. So this is kind of the difference between the two lights. You can kind of see size-wise. 1200 versus 2000, not a lot bigger, but definitely bigger. Also a little bit heavier. It's got a bigger battery. One other big difference between the two of them is the 1200's got one button that kind of operates everything, whereas the 2000 has two buttons. So let's talk about those a little bit. This is going to throw the lighting of the video off a little bit, but that's okay. So here's the first one. This is 2000. This is 1200. It's probably kind of hard to see, but you can see a little bit more of a pattern of the light around there in terms of brightness. Basically, this is a 1200 and an 800 on top of that. So it's a lot of light. You can also use that same button to just operate some of the lights. So if I only want one light on, I just press the button quickly a couple times. So it's off, two lights, one light. And that just allows you to do directional light. You can also use that same button. If you long press and hold, you're gonna be able to dim your light and turn it off and then turn it back on again. So that's pretty cool. The dimmer the lights are, the longer this will last. This has quite a long battery in the low mode. In high power, it's about 4 hours, which I think is about the same as what this one is. Most of the time at night, you're probably not gonna need to run it at full power around a camp. You just need to see what's going on. But if you need that light, you've got it. So what does this other button do? So what does this button do? That's right, bug light, red light, all at the push of a button. And that feature right there is also very welcome. Basically just makes it much easier to use this light in different conditions very quickly. But here's the thing, that's actually not all. Devos has actually gone a step further and they've made an app. So this app right here, which works on Android and iOS, allows you to turn your light on, see how much battery life is left, there's 100% currently, as well as control the light color and the intensity of the light. So if I want it to be brighter, I can do that. All from the app, either on an iPad or your phone. And that just adds to the functionality of this light, makes it a little bit easier to use. Imagine you're in your rooftop tent, you want to get out to go to the bathroom and you want some light. You can just turn on the light from inside your tent and you're not going to trip over anything, step on a snake, whatever. And I think that's pretty awesome too. So that's a great addition, and you can add multiple lights to the application. However, I've had a few issues with it working properly on my Pixel 8 Pro. I was able to set the light up, I was able to update the firmware, but it just doesn't seem to connect to the light properly. I imagine that'll all get fixed in the firmware. This is super new. It just came out like a week ago, and I was able to snag one. But I usually bring my iPad along anyway. So as I said, I have links to all these things in the description. Sometimes these things go on sale, whatnot, but if you do use my code BENINBETA, you do get a discount off of your order, whatever you order on the website, whether you want an 800, a 1200, a 2000, a cool t-shirt, or any of the other things that they sell. There are a lot of awesome accessories for this, including solar charging. There is a motion sensor. So just remember, if you're gonna pick one of these up, use that code BENINBETA, and it'll save you some money. I also have some other affiliate links. If you use those, they do benefit the channel, and I do appreciate that. But if none of these things are something you're really interested in, that's okay too. If you found this video interesting or helpful, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then if you want to share this video out with somebody you think would find it helpful, that would be fantastic as well. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, live your life in beta, and we'll see you next time.